Ladies, gamers, and gentlemen, welcome to Crux Gaming's YouTube channel. My name is Noir, and we're jumping into game number 3 between Isuba Intel PredY, the blue Terran player, and Crux Gaming's SpronG, the yellow Protoss player. Now the map is going to be Derelict Watcher. It is a 2 spawn point map, which means both these guys will have known their spawn locations. Again, this game was taken from Landcraft Summer 2013, the biggest LAN event for StarCraft in all of Czech Republic, Slovak Republic not having any events whatsoever, not even small ones. In Slovakia, probably if 5 gamers would gather to play a group elimination at their friend's house, that might be considered a LAN party. So, first game, PredY played a very standard opening with a gas into an expansion and a Reaper and so on and so forth, you know. SpronG going for a 3 Colossi, 117 gate all in. Not working out for him, not being able to break PredY, having to pull back, PredY swiftly counterattacking, smelling blood and taking the game. In game number 2 on Echelon Wastes, we saw PredY double proxy raxing his opponent inside his main base. But unfortunately, thanks to a couple of mistakes by PredY and Gosu Micro by SpronG, PredY's trying to fake SpronG out. SpronG not going to be falling for it. Oh my goodness, okay. Because, you know, in previous game we saw proxy 2 racks, so PredY was just trying to freak his opponent out right now, saying, you know what, I'm proxy raxing you again, so you better prepare. So he was trying to fake him into building a second gate. Luckily, SpronG not falling for it, first scouting the entirety of the base of PredY before making the decision. And now he's going to scout the expansion going up as well, and he's going to breathe a sigh of relief and feel very, very, very safe getting an expansion of his own. So, solid play from SpronG so far. Will he be able to close out the series with a 2-1 win? That is the question. And we're looking for the answer. As, well, SpronG is just taking his second gas. Everything progressing normally so far. PredY... Oh, wow, actually... Interestingly enough, PredY going for a gasless expansion. I haven't seen this style played very often nowadays in Heart of the Swarm, because it is so dated. It was very popular in Wings of Liberty, but in Heart of the Swarm it's just not as good. And I mean, if you want to turtle for a couple minutes, basically as a Terran player, when you're going for a gasless expansion, you cannot move out sooner from your base than at 10:30 or 10 minutes, where you have stim finished, you have +1 finished, you have medvacs out, you have combat shields. But before that period of time, before then, it is very hard to do anything, because Marines will just die to a couple of Stalkers if they don't have stim. Now we see SpronG keeping the Stalker alive here at the bottom of the ramp, very wisely, going to see every Marine move out, going to use the Mothership Core to scout with as well, getting 2 additional gateways, again not playing this very greedy. It looks like he's using the same build that he used in game number 1, getting a Forge after the 2 gates, and then he'll be following this up with +1 armor and a couple of observers and a Robobay. So the Mothership Core did scout what is going on. Factory being added on right now. Stim started. Everything looking good in PredY land. And in Land of SpronG. Land of the Strong! Land of the SpronG! It looks like in the Land of the SpronG we're going to be seeing some Templar tech. +1 armor is on the way, nevertheless. And this looks like this is going to be a Storm play. Or, you know, High Templar charge lot play, because this is way too late to be DTs. DTs would have been hitting your opponent by now, if you were to go for DTs, anyways. So yeah, probably Templar Archives will be started. There we go. Templar Archives, additional gateways. Look at the unit count, by the way, from SpronG. He's got 2 Stalkers, 2 Observers, 1 Mothership Core. That is it! If we look at the army supply, it's 21 army supply for the Terran player PredY versus 8 army supply for his opponent. And it doesn't look like PredY is going to be stopping anytime soon, so this all comes down to timing. SpronG is basically counting on the fact that he knows what PredY is up to, he knows exactly what PredY is about to do, he knows the timing of the push, he knows that if he's got enough units by the 11-minute mark, he should be, or 10-minute mark, he should be completely fine. So he's getting the Storm up, going to be dumping the majority of the Chrono Boost into that, as well as the charge. He's going to be on 6 gateways, and I feel like he's going to start warping in mass units, or units en masse, should I say, right about now. And maybe even cutting probes for a little bit, as he does see that PredY is moving out on the map. And we don't have a 3rd command center being built yet. So PredY, well, he's actually adding on 2 additional Raxes, so this is going to be a heavy aggressive play by PredY. And SpronG, he doesn't have the Storm finished yet. It is very close to being done. Not Chrono Boosted enough, but the problem is no High Templars out here, and is SpronG going to pay the price for having too small of an army most of the time, and not enough attacking units? He needs to start warping in Templars right the F now. Getting 2 additional gateways, good call on 2 bases. When you're going Templar tech, you can warp off of 8 gates, because you need a lot of Zealots, and you need to be able to reinforce very quickly if a battle should happen. SpronG going to be taking his 3rd base, as well as PredY, and PredY, he is the one who has to have the initiative. He has to go for some kind of drop play right now, or try to deny the 3rd base from going up, or something like that. His problem is that SpronG knows about every single one of his army movements, as he does have an observer over his army, directly on top of it. And PredY, unaware of the fact, not scanning. And if SpronG saw that, he should be moving towards his 3rd base right now, as the +1 attack is about to finish, and SpronG will be moving into 2-2 research. So he should get ahead in upgrades over PredY. And that should put him into a very good position. Not gonna lie. I'm really liking the position SpronG is in. He just needs to make sure he doesn't lose this 3rd base, which he very well could with this double drop incoming here. Marines dripping from the medevacs like water from a tap. There we go. 3rd base probably will have to be cancelled. Cancel! There we go. And there's the load up. Quick getaway. And yeah, SpronG. Does he have... yeah. So we have charge, 2-2 on the way, and looks like... and 8 gateways. 8 gateways. Looks like SpronG is trying to go for it. He has multiple proxy pylons going up here. And PredY, so far... oh, now he scouts the pylon, and he has to know. He has to know. He's like, oh, wait a minute, you're attacking me. And he should put up a couple more bunkers right now. There it is. 1 bunker started, 2nd bunker started. Where is the 3rd bunker, PredY? He will, or would lose his 3rd. So, oh, this is such a smart move. Such a smart move. Moving the 3rd base away. Letting SpronG think that, well, you know what... I'm not gonna fall for that. At the same time, that double drop coming back to haunt SpronG a little bit, and 2 medevacs worth of units are just too much to deal with, even with 8 gates. And the Mothership Core not being with the army, recall is not available, so Photon Overcharge having to be initiated. And the natural base is going down for SpronG. This will force him to attack, or should, but unfortunately he got an EMP straight to his face, so he can't storm. Oh, if he will have to cancel this base as well, he might as well GG. I'm telling you right now. But no, looks like SpronG will be able to take the initiative and save that base just in time. Feedback? No, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. All right. But the 2-2 is done for Protoss. Turn is still only on 1-1. Going to be pushing out momentarily here, or maybe just get rid of all of these pylons. Still has no knowledge about the second one here. And you know, were it not for the drop, for the counter drop here at the natural base, that kills 20 probes, I think SpronG would have been in a pretty decent spot. And that medevac coming back yet again towards the third base, killing 8 more probes. And SpronG is starting to reel from the blows a little bit here. 58 SCVs to 35 probes. The income tab, that is hardly comparable, I have to say. And PredY, he has 14 ghosts. 14 ghosts out on the field. And he is going to catch up with upgrades as well, because SpronG at this point in time, well, he cannot afford to do anything else with his minerals other than to build probes. This is how far behind he is. And when the cloaking finishes, I think PredY might try and go and take out this army. There's a lot of High Templars in here. A lot of High Templars. There is an Observer as well. So it is going to be tricky for PredY if he decides to engage that army. And the longer he waits, the worse off he will be. Because SpronG, he's almost back up to his former economy. He's getting his 3-3 upgrades, and he's getting a transition into Colossus ready. If we take a look at the supplies, it's 180 versus 146. But with Storm, it doesn't necessarily have to matter. Doesn't necessarily have to matter. Because if SpronG can hit very good storms, then he will decimate this army so fast that the army advantage for PredY will not be as significant. SpronG is trying to reposition his army right now, even hallucinating a couple of Colossi, and there we go, cloaked ghosts. The Observer spotting them a little bit too late. No, there is the storm, but the EMPs do land down, and right now SpronG is in a very bad spot because his army is all clumped up. The EMPs do hit the majority of the Zealots, missing one storm. PredY microing very, very well, pulling back the Colossus, which is also a hallucination, not doing anything at all, and SpronG has to GG here. Just a very nice engagement by PredY. And he does take the victory, going 2-1 against Crux Gaming's Protoss Prodigy. Ladies, gamers and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Belnoir, and you were watching Crux Gaming's YouTube channel, StarCraft 2 content, for your pleasure. We hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.